Discernment has a lot to do about making decisions. But maybe before I delve into discernment, let me talk a bit about the framework in which discernment happens. Ignatian spirituality insists that we have a God who is active and present. This God is present in our lives, and this God can be found in all things. So the desire that we have is to find God in all things. So that is the first thing. The second thing is that this God actually communicates with us. He causes in us certain feelings, certain movements that we experience because of the events of our lives. And God communicates through the events of our lives. The third thing I want to talk about is Ignatian indifference. Ignatian indifference comes from the principle and foundation, which basically states that man was created to reverence and praise God. And everything on the face of the earth was given to man so that he can achieve the aim for which he was created, which is to serve and reverence our God. And when we make choices with Ignatian indifference, we are not preferring one thing over the other. We are not choosing, for example, a better life to a bad life. We are not choosing good health over bad health. We are really taking things in balance as we make our decisions, as we make our choices in life. So those are the three things. That's the framework in which discernment takes place. Now, there are three modes of discernment. The first mode is where there is clarity, right? It's clear what decision you need to make. Something has happened, an event has happened in your life, and the choice that you need to make is very clear. So that's the first mode, like what happened to the Apostle Matthew or the Apostle Paul in the Bible. The second thing is where you are praying about a choice in life. And this choice, you take it to prayer and you begin to look within yourselves. What is really happening within you? What sort of movements are you experiencing? And these movements can be grouped into two. There is consolation and desolation. Consolation is when you do something that draws you closer to God. And similarly, desolation is when there is a movement away from God. And as you pray, you try and find out, what is God trying to communicate to me? The third mode of discernment is where the first two modes have not led you to a decision, but now you are at a place where you are now using your intellect to decide on what to do. So this is where you can come up with a pros and cons list. So those are the three modes of discernment. The fourth thing I want to talk about is the prayer of the examen. So what happens with the examen is that this is a prayer that you do usually at the end of your day, and you begin to look at your life and say to yourself, where was God present in my life today? As you do this on a regular basis and over time, you begin to notice God's activity in your life, and you begin to see how God is active in your life and what He is choosing for you. So discernment is really about noticing God's activity in your life, because the God that we have is a God who is active in our life, who is present, who can be found in the people around us, in nature, and in all things. And this God communicates to us and causes these feelings within us. And that's how He communicates to us. And as we make decisions, we try and see how God is moving to us. So recently I learned about the equation of life. And this equation of life is E plus R equals O. In short, it means event plus reaction equals outcome. But if we really take time to listen to the movements within us, perhaps our reaction becomes a response. And when it's a response, we are reacting better to the events of our lives. So in short, this is what discernment is about. Thank you.